We've been sold this dream that by the time we're young adults, say 20, we're supposed to have it all together. A career we're passionate about, a stable income, on our way to live our dream life, buy your dream house, have a family, and etc. So, let's talk expectations, shall we? The truth is, we're all told to become something, but no one really explains what that something is. But that's a different. No one really explains what happens if you're just figuring it out in real time. If you don't have everything pre-planned, if you don't exactly know what you're gonna do. Why do we feel like we're supposed to have it all together by a certain age? And frankly, it's not even realistic. So today, let's talk about letting go of those unrealistic expectations, perfect expectations we're holding on to, especially young people who are still trying to make sense of it all. So in this video, we're going to go deep. Somehow, we'll talk about where those expectations come from, how they mess with our heads, and what it actually means to let go of them. Like, for real. Let's rewind. Some of us grew up thinking that we're destined for huge things, huge future, but somewhere along the lines, the worst you can be anything you want turns into, why aren't you anything yet? Why don't you have your career figured out yet? And it's not even as much from other people, more from yourself, because you had those expectations of yourself set up so high, and imagine a completely different life by the time you're at a certain age. And it's not that dreaming big is bad, not at all, it's great. You should dream big, because why would you feel this desire to be something or do something if it was not meant for you? Why do you have it in your heart if it's not meant for you? It is crucial, but it's more that we attach our entire identity to achieving something before we even know who we are as people and who we want to be as people. There's lots of pressure on us from varying sources. Parental pressure, academic pressure, in some cases even peer pressure, the gifted kid idealization, and media glorification of overnight success. But now we are in the era of aesthetic pressure, and let me fill you in on that. It's all about those clean girls, that girls, day in the life, perfectionism, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and the illusion of effortless success. It is wild how self-care became another performance. You're not lazy. In this case, it's totally chill. The word potential is a double-edged sword of sorts. When someone says you have potential, it sounds like a compliment, but it also quietly tells you you're not good enough yet. You have the potential, but you're not good enough yet. It makes everything you do feel like a disappointment in comparison to what you could be. I mean, just think about it. Oh, you have some potential. What? I mean, great, thank you. But the fact that I have potential doesn't mean that I'm anything good yet, if that makes sense. There is also the constant pressure to capitalize on our strengths and talents, constant academic expectations, sometimes not even from others, but again from yourself, because you're your biggest enemy, truly. And it leads to academic burnout or toxic productivity. Sometimes we're burning out at 17, grappling with everything. But at the same time, so many songs say that 17 is the best age of your life. Yeah, I'm sure it is, because you'll never be younger than it. But anyway, you'll never be younger than what you are right now. That's like this constant thing that I hold over my head, where I always tell myself, you'll never be younger than this. You'll never be younger than this. Whatever. Glow ups, dating, and life timeline. We've been sold this timeline. Glow up and graduate by 19. Fall in love by 20. Have your profitable business by 25. While also having your children. But no one talks about the detours it takes or the breakdowns in between. Beauty expectations, relationship pressure, milestones we're supposed to hit by a certain age, but we didn't. By that age, feels like life became a checklist instead of a journey to go onto, And let's talk about what this actually does to us. Because it's not just a little bit of pressure. We talk about being tired all the time, but it's not just about needing more sleep and rest. It's deeper than that. We're talking about emotional fatigue, not physical. Sometimes too, but mainly emotional at this point. That feeling like no matter how hard you push, you're still falling short. When you're constantly chasing an ideal, whether it's the perfect body, the perfect income, the perfect grades, or the perfect life, I say, you get caught up in this cycle of never being enough or never thinking you're enough. It's like you're living in the state of mind where your everyday thoughts are, I should be doing more and I should be doing better. And before you know it, you've drained all your energy, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. And there's this obvious shocker. Social media doesn't help. And again, I'm like a granny. But let me be a grandmother. We scroll through curated lives, highlighted reels, people achieving things that we can't even imagine. And it feels like everyone else has it figured out at your age, except you. And you keep chasing something, only to realize you're running in circles because you keep coming back. It's draining, but you can't stop because you think that all the steps you've done would be erased if you stopped. It's like you're being pulled into this vacuum of expectation. And let's talk about perfectionism. It's not just about wanting to do well. It's about needing to do well. Or you feel like a failure. Every little mistake feels catastrophic. You get anxious over every single little small decision, and your mind is constantly telling you that you're behind, that you're not doing enough, that you're failing at everything, at something. So instead of moving forward, you end up sticking in a loop of anxiety, exhaustion, and the fear of being found out, of not measuring up. And that's a real mental toll, let me tell you that. You're emotionally drained, constantly thinking you should be doing more, achieving more, being more. But when you try to take a break, you feel guilty, you feel like you're letting yourself down, you feel like you're failing, but then guilt piles on top of everything else. And this is the emotional fallout of unrealistic expectations. Burnout, anxiety, constant self-doubt, and the feeling that no matter what you do, you're always just behind. Even if you aren't for a fact, you probably are, you can even be ahead, but you feel like you're behind. It's not your fault though. It's not a personal failure. This is a side effect of a society that places success on an already scripted timeline and on a checklist. And that we should let go of, definitely. And I'm also still young, and I'm not an expert with a perfect answer. But what I know is that I am tired of trying to be someone I'm not. And I want to be present. You know, if you're feeling behind, lost, or like you're not enough, you're not alone, because I feel like that too. I feel like that all the time. Yeah. This like turned out into like a venting session, which is not. No. There are thousands of others that feel that way at the same exact moment. At your age, older, younger. Almost everyone feels that way, I feel like. That's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you for tuning in and hanging out. If you want to, you can check out my Instagram or my YouTube channel further, or my podcast on Spotify called Whatever Happens. Whatever you choose to. Or you can comment anything you want. So yeah, I hope I'll see you soon. Bye!